So I'm on my way to the doctor because it's supposed to be a 3-month checkup for prep, and the last couple of times I had sexual relations, I didn't buy any more prep because it's $88. But then again, I didn't have intercourse, so I don't know. I have to go a little earlier to get a blood test and all that stuff. And I woke up at 8. It's now 9:21. I have to be there for 9:45, so I'm walking. I just had a shaker bottle of oatmeal and weight gainer. No, no caffeine. But I'm not really awake, but I'm not. It always creates anxiety when I have to do this. So I'm trying not to think about it. And I got myself out, so that's okay. Afterwards, I mean, obviously I always have things I need to do, and then things I procrastinate on, and trying to lighten my load so I can keep myself together and get things done, but not try too many things at one time. And then things kind of, time passes and you don't get things done. And anyways, so yesterday I went to the bank and I waited for a good 20 minutes to try to close one of my accounts. I have an account that I don't use. I still have some money in it, and they keep taking off fees. But it's a cross-border account. I got it when I was going more to Los Angeles about 10 years ago. The last time I used it was 2017. Anyway, so I went there, and the teller said, well, you don't have that account. They probably closed it. I'm like, well, no, they keep taking the money off. I was almost sure. And so anyway, so I had my phone, and I was already out of it yesterday. So my goal is, when I'm doing something that I know I'm going to blow up with someone's stupidity, I have to kind of keep focused, and I was at like minus 100, you know? And finally figured it out that it was another account, another website, but they own it. And anyway, so she said I had to call this number. All that just for that, because for whatever reason. But I wasn't mad. And I'm not mad now. And that's a good improvement in using mentalization, in the sense that, first of all, this teller probably hasn't worked there that long. She had no idea what the site was. And so what am I supposed to do? It has nothing to do with her. I don't think someone was telling her to, like, blah, blah, blah. I think she just didn't know. She was a bank teller, you know? And I already knew that a bank is not going to make it easy for you to close an account. So I was like, okay, at least I did step one. It would usually take a few steps. I'm aware of that. And so I might do it today. I thought I wasn't going to, but then that might be on the menu. Might give it a second try, depending on how I feel. But yeah, before I move on to something else, you know, regarding Chase terminals from the businesses that I owned, and I think these are things that, like, are they important? They're important. Are they urgent? Well, No, they're not urgent because with the bank account, if they take the rest of the money, then they're going to close the account, of course. There's not going to be any money. But I'd rather try to get something. It's been $3.95 a month for like 10 years. No, yeah, 10 years. You know. I'd like to take whatever's there and possibly put it into Coca-Cola, you know. And the shares of Coca-Cola were under 60. Anyways, so that's that. And of course I have to still clean up my place. I cleaned up my orderly uniforms. They're hanging up to dry. When I got them out of the wash, they were practically dry anyways. It's the material makes it so that the spin cycle gets them pretty dry. They're obviously not cotton. I think they're mostly polyester, so and they have some stretch to it too. I don't know what the stretch material was, but anyways, so that's the plan for today. Yeah. So I'm still not at the doctor's, but you know, on my way. I thought about the the guy I was seeing, the guy that came to visit, who was supposed to be moving, and I had a good time with him. We chatted a little bit yesterday through Instagram. My issue is, first of all, the Sunday he didn't want to have sex with me. And, borderlines and rejection and stuff. But I was happy that he wanted to see me and we had a good time together, We ate at Chinatown and all that stuff. But then afterwards in my head was like, does he never want to have sex? Like, I wasn't understanding that because, English is not his first language. So that was bothering me. So in the text that we were doing, I was alluding to that. So I was trying to make sure, but I didn't outwardly ask him, you never want to have sex with me? You were excited and all that. Is it because we're both tops? Is it, you know what I mean? So I do have to officially ask him, but I did get confirmation that it was like, oh, maybe it's just, it was just for that one time, because he had said because he was dehydrated and tired and he didn't have an erection. So I was understanding that was it. It was just a one-off. When he's tired, he doesn't feel like having sex. But I need to make sure that it's that and not a lack of communication that he doesn't want to at all for whatever reason. And it's just a friendship thing, if that. So that kind of bothers me, even though there's confirmation that he's still sexually attracted, but he could be just appeasing me on Instagram. So I don't know, because I've done that because I fear of a confrontation, So that's something on my back burner. And also I've been thinking about, he let loose a little bit, very critical, and I was okay with it, got to see him, a little bit more of his personality. He's of a certain culture that I know that's a thing, I'm like thinking in my head like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we don't have the same values, or you know what I mean. I'm getting all these thoughts, and I'm like, he hasn't even moved here, and there's nothing between us, So I guess as my protection or whatever, I'm not gonna message him today, unless I feel like it. I might, but I don't feel like it. And then see where it goes. You know, as opposed to kind of trying to get to attached to someone just because there's some connection and I think he's attractive. You know? So I just got out of my doctor's appointment. It took 45 minutes. So I got there and the nurse had to take blood sample, and then I had to do this myself, go urinate, and then take the pipette, I guess you call it. Pipette, to remove urine and put it into a test tube. And then take these swabs and put it up my ass and rotate 3 times and then break that off into another test tube and go and bring it back to the nurse and then go see the doctor. And I just realized I washed my hands. I need to put sunscreen on it. So let me just do that. But yeah, I had to hold back tears a lot because I don't know this doctor, but I get a doctor every 2 years, like it's an intern, because it's a family-based teaching hospital, teaching clinic or whatever. So anyways, and she said, how's it going? I'm like, it's fine. Have you been on the prep? I said, yeah, I did. It was $88, and then I stopped buying it because I lost the orderly job, you know. So she referred to me to if I do have anal intercourse and feel that the person is HIV positive, then I have to go to the no appointment, the free appointment clinic, the clinic with no appointment necessary. Anyways, so then she was asking me if I needed food banks, and I'm like, no, I'm fine. But she said I can give you a list of all the food banks, and I'm like, okay. And I'm like thinking I should check that out. If I can reduce my monthly food stipend, that'd be good. That'd be good at any rate, because I spend too much anyways. So I'm like, okay. But I was wasn't really talkative, because it just brings back memories of losing my orderly job, it's just, and the psychologist is the one who sent her the list of the food banks. I'm like, oh, what's his name? I won't say his name here, but so it's like, oh, bringing back feelings of rejection, you know. And even now, I can't hold myself. Trying to hold it in. I couldn't focus. Anyways, I have an appointment on Thursday morning for hepatitis B, because apparently I don't have any more antibodies for that. And blah, blah, blah. And then there's another appointment in September. She was going to give it to me for the September 26th. But then it's like, oh, she doesn't have the schedule out. So this week of the 10th, I have to call and make an appointment. And I'm like thinking, you're giving me more steps. Good luck in that happening. I don't even know. That was the whole problem. That was the whole reason why you're giving me appointments every 3 months anyways. I just didn't have the energy to argue. I just took a wrong turn. I was going to go to the grocery store. just let things happen to me. If you can't tell, I'm not really in a good headspace at the moment. We call the other bank. So that was quick in the bank. There's only one, like with this bank now, because of problems with homeless people sleeping in the banks at nighttime. We don't have access to the ATM machines, and I don't email my check-in. Like I don't scan it like that. I just go in physically, but you have to be there when when the bank is open. So anyway, so there was only one ATM machine, and I let a guy in before me. But then the security guard said, "Oh, there's another one inside. Just come in here." And I'm like, "Oh." So it was nice to me. So that was good. Now I have, when I get home, I actually have to work on taking that check and allotting the money in the proper areas. And I have to keep track of my appointments. Oh, someone just is calling. I don't know who that is. We'll see if they leave a message. But anyways, so time to get the mango juice anyways. So that's a good thing. I managed to get some mango juice, but local. It was on special for $3.99. Regular price $4.49, whereas the Bolt House Farms, the one that I might go to, it wasn't on special, of course, but it was $6.99. So that was a no-brainer. But this has no sugar in it, so it tastes different, but I don't care. On sunny days like this, when you're like hot and need all that sugar, this is like living in Thailand, right? When you just eat food all the time. As you can see, my mood is starting to change a little bit. I'm noticing that. Getting some sugar in me. I'm away from the traumatizing doctor and those rejection memories. I'm probably going to go home and look at this first. Just gonna one step at a time. I think this video is going to be very long. So I'm probably going to upload it another time because I don't want to ruin my Wi-Fi connection at home. I'll probably upload it tomorrow morning and then go to the gym and use the upload speed at the gym, if it works at the gym. Anyways, but I noticed that the guy I was talking to, he was online, so I sent him a message, good morning. And I started thinking, I'm like, I have to think about when I saw him, we hung out, try to see for how it really is, and not try to attach to the person, and maybe I don't need to attach to the person. Maybe it's just like, think as Someone commented on my video. I won't say names. Just take it for what it is, you know? He seems like a nice person, but still there's an immaturity in the sense that he hasn't lived what I lived. His mindset is still a little... He has, I guess, less wisdom, I'm guessing. I see that. He's had a lot of bad things happen, but, you know, he's in that mindset that missing the cutoff point. It's the last time I can do this. The sense of urgency, you know what I mean? And maybe it's just me. I don't have that sense of urgency because I've been rejected everywhere, and I have to just build myself up and do what I can do with what I have.